Make sure you're keeping things fresh this Christmas with the leaders in male grooming and their brand new 4th generation performance package. Because Manscaped care about everyone who watches West Ham Fan TV, they're giving a huge 20% off plus free shipping when you use the code WFTV at checkout. So what are you waiting for? Head over to manscaped.com to get your Manscaped razor today.
Well, that wasn't good, is it? This is the morning after the game before. Yesterday, West Ham went to Wolves, riding high on the back of a Liverpool victory, and unfortunately got beat 1-0 by Wolves. Now, what do we take away from this game? It wasn't a great performance. Well, it wasn't. No. I'll reiterate that. It was a bad performance by the side. It's a side that Wolves, they're deceptive because they didn't have a great start to the season, but they've really picked up lately. So they're no mugs. And they was the better team yesterday by a long shot. And I don't think it's a coincidence that we've been beaten by them every time we've been there, apart from the time when we went to there last year when there was no fans, because their fan and support are fabulous. They're loud. They're behind their team, and they really give them an extra man. And we started the game okay. We wasn't, it was pretty even, I'd say. And then Wolves got their foot on the ball. We couldn't string 2 passes together, and there was looked a lot of players out there yesterday that looked jaded, that looked tired, and that comes with lack of changes in the Premier League. Players going around travelling with international duty and all of that sort of thing, and it just wasn't good by West Ham. And when you look to the bench, when you want to change something, we just had nothing there. Yarmolenko's done at West Ham, I believe. He just doesn't offer anything. He's too slow for the Premier League. His injuries have caught up with him a lot. And there's nothing he really offers. Vlasic is still finding his feet. Lanzini was the one I thought that was that played well. Benrahma still, I know that people are going to, it's not a popular opinion, but he's still got a lot of convincing with me to do. He's better than what he shows at times. And I know that it could be what Moyes is asking him to do, but he's got the ability to create chances. And sometimes he runs himself into trouble. Lanzini's more experienced in that area, and we all know that he can be a big player. I'd be tempted to start him in the next game against City, to be quite honest with you, just to give Saeed a bit of a kick up the arse. But what it does show is that we are, in terms of depth, we are lacking. And I mean, if you want to stay at the heights, and look, we've got no divine right to be there, but if you want to stay at the heights of this Premier League and compete for, even top 6, I'm not even thinking about top 4, but top 6, we've done very well this season. You've got to have quality players to step in and different types of players to step in. I'm bewildered by some of the West Ham responses to Jesse Lingard about not wanting him to come back and everything else. He obviously wants to come back. He's been making some noises this week that he definitely wants to come back. And how we could turn our noses up at a player that came in and scored 9 goals last year and created a different dynamic in our team is bewildering when they're willing to watch the likes of Yarmolenko come off our bench. I find that staggering, to be quite honest with you. And Jesse Lingard will be a very welcome addition to the West Ham side. Oh, a bit of a creaky door there. Jesse Lingard will be a bit of a very welcome addition to the West Ham side, in my opinion. But that's not the only thing we need. We need a centre forward. Antonio, cracking goal for Jamaica in midweek. He scored two cracking goals actually for Jamaica in midweek. But that travelling at 31 years old, with the injury trouble that he's had in the past, and I know he's looking after himself a little bit more, but it catches up with a player like Mikel Antonio. The way he plays, he's very hustle, bustle, it's all full of running, full of strength and all that. Look, I've just come back from Egypt and I've took a week to adjust. So, coming back from Jamaica after playing 2 games on a pretty poor pitch, a heavy pitch, I would say, and then coming back to the Premier League, against a very good Wolves side, but with a lot of height and strength in their defence, very isolated up front. It's never going to be easy for Mikel at that age to do that. And, you know, people are begrudging him the chance to play for Jamaica. Look, that's the aim. It should be the aim for every footballer, is to play for their country. That's what they play for. To a chance. Look, Jamaica don't look like they're going to get out their group, but he's got a divine right. And I see people in our comments yesterday calling him selfish. He's not selfish. No way is he selfish. He's probably the least selfish person I know. He's trying to give it all for his club and his country, and he's got the right to play international football. And we can't. You know, we can't deny him that right. He pulled out the last squad because of certain COVID restrictions, but he's got a right to go out there. It's not his problem that we haven't got a replacement, and he's trying his best. He's putting his all in. His form has dipped a little bit lately, but I think that's just the sheer amount of games that players are playing, and a lack of options, especially in certain areas. Thought Fabianski was fabulous again yesterday. Areola's going to be kicking himself because Areola, I think, picked up the man of the Carabao Cup match a few weeks ago, and I'm sure he was thinking, this could be my chance. But Fabianski was very good again. I thought Cresswell was very good. I said Lanzini was decent when he came on. He was always looking for the ball. But ultimately, we was beaten by the better team, and we can't begrudge it. It's going to happen. I'm not going to sit here and whinge and moan and all that sort of thing. It's going to happen. That's football for you. And Wolves are no mugs. And like, I was looking at the Premier League table yesterday, I was very surprised about where they were. They've pushed themselves up to sixth, just a couple of points behind Arsenal now. And, you know, they're a good side, Wolves, and they're good support and everything else. But listen, it's all about learning. It's all about learning what comes after a defeat. Unfortunately, we've got Manchester City away next week, but that's a free hit, in my opinion. I'm not looking too much at that and, you know, expecting. But if we can get up there and get a point, it'd be brilliant. If we could get all three, which we're capable of doing, you know, it's not beyond the realms of possibility, as we showed against Liverpool last week. A couple of weeks ago, it's not beyond the realms of possibility, but it's a big ask. It's a big ask to go there. But there's games after that, like Arsenal, who have been in good form and got pasted by Liverpool yesterday, that we really need to go and see what we can do against them sort of sides. And these are the tests. As Ryan was saying yesterday, these games are the ones that you know, really good challenging teams go and get something out of. We didn't do that. But it's all a learning curve. Look, we can't complain, can we? Look, Moyes has given us a fantastic couple of seasons, really, or season and a half at the moment. And this is going to happen. Just keep the faith. And that's coming from me. I'm the most negative person there is. But keep the faith, and let's see what happens later on in the season. We're sort of mid-table by January, then we can start to sort of question a few things. But a lot of games coming up. The players are going to take their toll, and you can't blame any West Ham player for not giving effort. They all give 100% effort all of the time, and sometimes, you know, you've given all you can give, and you can excuse these games. Let's get through Europe. Let's look at that cup game. Let's keep a steady points tally in the league. You know, not expect, you know, the likes of the Liverpool result every week like Man City, you know, but get behind the boys, get behind the manager, and we'll see where we are come January. And then we can start talking about reinforcements. And if it doesn't happen then we can start again, you know, questioning the board, questioning the you know, the signings and all that sort of thing. But listen, they've done fantastic this season. I'm very proud of West Ham at the moment. Unfortunately, we can't win them all. And we kick on. Man City next week, we'll be building up to that. Enjoy your Sunday. One thing left to say, come on, you irons.